Jeff, thank you for joining us today for an installment of the 10-minute POV. We're happy to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah. If you could do us a favor and walk us through your personal background, what got you to the point where, hey, I really have this desire to start a company called Second Watch, build a business model around eventually providing some pretty comprehensive solutions around managed services and others. But give us some insight in terms of where the business is today and where it's headed in the future, if you could.
Yeah, always have been an entrepreneur by spirit and um, was looking for unique opportunities, especially ones where, there's a significant shift in the market. And when cloud computing came along, obviously that was a big shift. But prior to that, eerily resembling today, back in 2008, there was some economic issues. And I was running a P&L for a publicly traded company, and my other co-founder was running the IT department, Chris Bleesner. And we were asked to do what many companies are going to be asked to do here in the next couple of quarters, which was, hit your growth numbers, but do it with less capital. And we're not cutting everything out of the budget, but you need to find ways to do more with less. And we stumbled upon the cloud in 2008, and we started working internally, not only trying to grow the top line, but shave the bottom line a little bit. And we found that cloud was an order of magnitude cheaper to run a lot of things like marketing campaigns and microsites and websites. And then started through 2008 through 2010, started looking at other workloads internally, whether they be DR or some of the other compute needs that we needed. And in 2010, we formed Second Watch kind of with the premise that there's a whole lot of companies that have incentives to save money, but keep their business open and grow clients, as well as kind of the shift in the market where, there was going to be more digital type interactions and customer interactions and data, because we saw that growing within the business as well. We had no idea that it would morph into what it did today. When we originally started, it was all cloud services, Office 365, and then infrastructure as a service, looking at all things cloud, just not physical. And by 2011, when we started raising some capital, it became clear that AWS was going to pay us the most attention. And part of that was because they were growing their business. So timing wise, it worked out great. They started hiring. We had a pipeline of customers that were looking to move out of data centers and into public cloud based on some of the things that we had learned from our experience, as well as working with our past employer. So 2011, the rocket ship started. We raised over $61 million over the course of 10 years. And recently in Q4 of 2019 announced that ST Telemedia purchased a majority stake in Second Watch. So it's been a wild, crazy 10 years. Cloud adoption has just continued to go up and to the right. And, we've been lucky and fortunate enough to work with some of the biggest, best brands, that Amazon's worked with, and customers have really, developed professionally. So we've seen, more than 30 professionals move on to bigger and better roles, get promoted, work at different companies. So it's been just great to see the development of all the people, not just our associates that made it happen, but also the customers that we've worked with that have been successful.
That sounds great. What a great story, man. And I gotta add too, what a great background. You're out playing golf today by yourself?
I'm missing reInvent. This is a golf tournament we called Refresh that would happen the Monday before reInvent for many years. There on the strip, and golf courses are closed, fly fishing, snow skiing. So trying to do the best we can, to remember some of the sunnier days.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So, I mean, that just brings up the point. Obviously, we're all quarantined at home right now, and you're still dealing with customers, and customers obviously now more than ever need to have the kind of guidance and thoughtfulness in terms of solution design and development that you can bring through just all the experiences that you've had over the course of establishing the business. What have you seen in terms of the types of customer issues that they're really floating to the top? What are some of the biggest needs and challenges they're faced with right now?
Yeah, I don't think I have a crystal ball, but we've seen some of this play out in the past in 2008 when we started the company. First off, where we focus is, we provide professional and ongoing services, support services for our customers. So we help them architect and design the solution, help them build the solution, and then help them operate and run that solution, and help them, understand how to sustain that environment into the future for their needs. So that's how we work with organizations. I think it's early, but we kind of had this weird perfect storm where across the U.S. There was different spring breaks as the same time as school was getting out. So we had this kind of weird week, I think there 2 weeks ago, where everybody kind of went remote if you weren't already remote. And I think that was maybe a hiccup week, I would call it. But the following week, we, after people settled in, have seen that projects are continuing, projects, are kicking off, new SOWs, or projects are being signed. And so there's good signs out there. So I think people have adapted well. I think there's, some big areas of opportunity that customers are going to look for. Optimization, which is an area that we've always focused in. It's beyond our eyes. Virtual desktops and being able to work remote is going to change, not just for the employees, but also your customers. If you have kids, you've probably seen teachers and education scramble. Those will be some of the first organizations, that start to adapt. Banking, still relies heavily on paper. So there's a lot of organizations that are going to adapt much more quickly to the digital era. Now, that being said, some of the more transformational or next gen projects probably get pushed out a little bit, but migrations and core IT and core applications that customers need to use is going to be an opportunity, in the cloud. And most people expect the cloud to accelerate due to this, this recent virus and economic change.
Yeah. Thank you. Just curious, post-acquisition, where do you see the business heading to? Obviously it's difficult. You had mentioned you don't have a crystal ball handle readily available, but do you have any instinct as far as where the business is going to head?
Oh, we have a great partner in STT. They think long term, and we are actively discussing, those plans and options. But we expect Second Watch to continue to grow and continue, especially around delivering a high quality of service for our customers. In hindsight's 2020, there are some acquisitions that have happened, in the last couple of years that, with the current markets, there's going to be big changes in those organizations. We don't expect that, with Second Watch. We're excited where it's going and have a great set of core customers as well as amazing employees that enjoy being here and enjoy working on the projects that we're working on.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Very, very much. Appreciate it. At some point in time, would you be open to coming back for an encore presentation?
Oh, for sure. I really appreciate it. And best of luck with this and your other endeavors.
Hey, I appreciate it. Jeff, this was excellent. Thank you. This is great stuff. Love Second Watch. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.